Well, hello there, everybody. I'm Jack. Welcome to Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for tuning in for another episode today. I hope everybody's week is off to as spectacular a start as mine. I got up early this morning, meditated first thing, and went down to the park about 7 o'clock. Just wanted to get outside and get a little fresh air, a little bit of nature, and it was good. And rescheduled. We got actually a little tropical storm, possibly slash hurricane coming through close to this area. We're not going to get a hit where I am, so bumped up. I got to go down to Pensacola for a chiropractic appointment tomorrow that I originally had Wednesday. So anyhow, the week is off and running. Today I want to start talking about a raw food diet beginners series, breakfast advice. I'm going to do a number of these videos. Guys, I do videos every day, so now's a good time to go down and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done it. And then be sure you click on the little bell and check send notifications so you will stay subscribed to the channel. Was working on this one a little bit yesterday evening, and this is something I had done this kind of program. I had a group, 30-day raw vegan food challenge. I'm actually trying to change the name on that and kind of change the program up a little bit. But basically it was a 30-day to raw program, and it had different steps. It had if you did the fast version, it had 3 progressions. If you did the slower version, it had 5 progressions. And the first one is just simply getting started for people that are coming from wherever they're coming from with raw till noon. Now, almost everybody should be able to do raw till noon, and I'm not going to talk about it from that much of a beginner's level. I'm assuming that most of the people watching this are somewhat familiar with this raw food diet. Who knows, maybe I'm your first introduction to this thing. God forbid. You need a little bit more sanity than me for your introduction, but yeah, listen, I've done this thing's quite easy if you just put the pieces together. There's like a number, think of it like this for this raw food diet, raw vegan lifestyle. There's a number of different pieces that need to be working, but you just work on those individual pieces. Get this piece going, get this piece going, get this piece going, and before you know it, you start putting those pieces together. And then before you know it, you're like, wow, I'm actually doing this. So it all starts, to me, it's all about how you start. Now, before I even say this, there's a lot of people out there, it's real popular, and if you're just coming to this lifestyle, you might hear this term intermittent fasting a lot, and you hear these people talking about how they don't eat but one time a day, or they don't eat until noon, or they don't eat till 2 in the afternoon. That's all fine and dandy for people that have done this lifestyle a little while, but that's probably not something that you should be looking to as a beginner. Listen, don't try to jump too far ahead on things. Realize where you are. Go through those beginning stages. Understand this lifestyle. Embrace this diet. Get used to it. Don't focus so much on every little detail in the beginning. Get this lifestyle down. You can clean it up. You can focus on details. You can do some honing. You can do some tweaking later on, but you're just trying to learn a new way of eating, adapt your body to a new way of eating. So right now, just work on getting the basic thing down. And I'm always been a proponent, and hey, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm over 6 years into this thing, and I still start the day eating strong. But for newbies, it's so important. People have these crashes middle of the morning. They're used to these ungodly breakfast or no breakfast or smoking a cigarette and drinking a cup of coffee instead of breakfast. I used to do that a lot. I used to just kind of use coffee. Anytime I just wanted to avoid a meal or I wanted to put off eating, I would just use coffee. So a lot of times I would just drink coffee up until noon. Then I'd be wired, but I didn't have breakfast. But start strong. Now I have a visual aid because I was just about to eat breakfast here. I got a nice big bowl of bananas and mangoes. And it is about 11:30 here. Now, to tell you the truth, I've already had a little breakfast this morning. I had some leftover ice cream that I had about 8:30 or 9. A lot of times I'll even eat earlier than that. But listen, like I say, just keep yourself satiated, keep yourself full. Don't worry about trying to hold out. Don't worry about restricting in the morning. You can eat all the fruits you want to. That is the great thing about this lifestyle. Have people gotten that yet? You can eat all this fruit you want to. Now, we are coming into cooler weather, and thank God we're actually going to get a little bit of fall-like temperatures this weekend. And as we come into cool weather, I'm having different fruits. I'm actually switching over. I'm kind of still trying to get used to not being in summer mode anymore. Now, what I'm going to get at here is this is optimal, but I'm going to talk about optimal versus just eat fruit. Eat fruit in the morning. Now, what I like to do, I'm not one of these big ones that gets up and has my lemon water first thing, but I do like hydration in the morning. So one thing I would recommend if you can is to get up and have some water or some juice first thing. I liked juice. That's what I was doing this summer, man. Summer was so on point. I felt so good. Summer would go something like this. I'd get up in the morning and first thing I would have my watermelon juice. Hydrated me. Now we're out of summer in North America in the Western Hemisphere. So, you may not be getting that. Get up in the morning, try to get 32 ounces, get a liter of water in yourself. That's just good for rehydrating yourself after being asleep during the night. Just good to get you going. Also, if possible, not crucial. This is more of a detail, but if you've got it, you might as well. I do like to, whenever possible, I like to start the day with a juicier fruit. So I'm not getting as many mangoes right now, ergo I have a combo of mangoes and bananas. But just perfect building would be that liquid, high water content fruit, and then whatever. Then I'll have a green smoothie. Then I'll have some, banana and ice cream. There's nothing wrong with having ice cream for breakfast. For people that really struggle on this lifestyle, use all these little crutches. Once again, you're a beginner. Some person might say, well, you don't need to live on banana and ice cream. You don't need to eat banana and ice cream all the time. There's more to life than that. You're just trying to get used to this lifestyle. You notice a theme here? I'm just repeating that over and over. So go strong for breakfast. Wake up. Do not, if you're a beginner on this lifestyle, you can kind of, you can play with that time before, whatever time you're going to eat for your first time, that's up to you. But do not try to use willpower. As soon as you start getting hungry in the morning, as soon as your mind starts going to food, eat some fruit. Have a fruit smoothie, because if you don't, your mind's going to go back and it's going to default, and you're going to start thinking, well, maybe I'll have some oatmeal instead, and then it may even go further than that. Well, I'm going to have this, or I'm going to cook that, or blah, blah, blah. When all of that could have been averted if you just simply got ahead of that. I like to get ahead of the hunger. Now, there's two different ways of thinking there. A lot of people are totally into the natural thing, and they're about don't eat until you're hungry. And I do agree with that a lot to a certain extent. Once again, let me repeat, beginner's video. You're trying to establish yourself, learn how to do this lifestyle comfortably. So don't worry about that, in the beginning. But eat. If you need to eat, and don't worry about calories, don't worry about amounts. You are trying to, we're just talking about breakfast, but what I said on the 30-day program, where people were just, maybe doing raw till noon for the first time, nothing matters other than, I won't say nothing matters. You don't want to eat raw chicken livers or whatever, but nothing matters but staying raw vegan. We'll say raw vegan until noon. That's your only objective there. Later on, you can figure it out. You can be like, okay, I'm eating too much to noon. But, for now, just eat early, get ahead of that hunger, and anytime during the morning that you feel hungry, eat a piece of fruit. Make yourself a small smoothie. You might want to fill in. You might want to do some more hydrating during the morning, because a lot of times you could drink another liter of water and maybe you were thirsty. All I'm saying is just make it to lunch, but if you just keep yourself full, it's that easy. Nobody's telling you don't have to restrict. This is not a diet. It's not like you're not going to be sitting around. You're not going to eat a breakfast at 8 o'clock. And you're not going to be sitting around at 10 going, oh my God, can I make it till noon? Don't try to make it till noon. Eat then. Have a mid-morning snack. Eat enough to take you to noon. If you're out and about, if you go to an office, if you go to work, if you've got errands to run, if you've got things to do out with your kids, take some calories with you. You can get all into this making stuff up, making this to go, making that to go, doing something fancy, but I just like taking some bananas. Just take some simple bananas with you, but stay full. Another little key, and then we'll probably start wrapping this one up, and then I'll we'll move on from here in a further video. I won't say the next video. I'm not going to do one right after another, but also to a little trick. Now see, it's 11:30 right now, so technically you're getting close to lunch, probably, depending what time zone you're in, or, well, we're talking about when I'm shooting this video, but okay, let's say it's 11:30, ready for lunch. This is perfect right here, because you see this, you're eating basically you're eating it at lunch. So if you ate another fruit meal, big fruit meal, right around this time, right before what your normal lunch would be, at lunch or whatever, now you even going on further. Now you've got enough energy to carry you over into early, maybe mid-afternoon. So eat, and eat some more. Once again, stop, especially in the beginning. I would say no matter how long you've been trying to do this, where you're at in your journey, stop trying to be a perfectionist. But if you're a beginner, you really have to stop being a perfectionist and just enjoy this lifestyle. This is not a diet. It's not hard to do. It's one of the most enjoyable ways of eating I've ever found. So anyhow, I'm going to do some more of these. I'm just going to do little simple, like I say, we're going to pick one little subject that beginners deal with or struggle with, and I'll cover that. But listen, a lot of it is in our heads when we think we can't do something, because a lot of times, and I do this in other areas, we build something up to be more difficult than it really needs to be. If we break it down into components, work on those individual components, then put those components together, voila, we got it. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one today. If you like it, I'd appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up. Since this is for beginners, I would really appreciate if you'd share this, share it on your Facebook, share it in a group, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.